It looks like MJF suffered an injury at Double or Nothing 2023 last night. I'm going to tell you everything we know so far about it and everything that Max kind of hinted to last night in his press conference. Before I do, though, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released. I'm Omer Q for Real Take Wrestling. Let's get into it. So, last night, Double or Nothing 2023, Maxwell Jacob Friedman put his AEW World Championship on the line against Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, and Jungle Boy Jack Perry in a fatal four-way, four pillars four-way, I should say. And in that match, there was a powerbomb spot where MJF seemed to have hurt his arm. And I say seemed to have because it wasn't readily apparent that the injury was as serious as maybe some people think it is now. But Darby Allin did kind of awkwardly land on MJF, and you could see he was kind of writhing in pain a little bit. Then fast forward a little bit to the post-show media scrum where MJF obviously came out. He's the world champion. He's going to do his thing. He came out, and you could see, as this picture alludes to, you could see his forearm, his left forearm, was in fact taped up, and very heavily taped up, I should add. And he even mentioned it in one of his answers in the Q&A. He said that, he was, like, he hurt his forearm. He said, I hurt my forearm, and, this is part of the deal. But then he also kind of went into weird, not weird, but honestly, and I think a genuine perspective of his that we don't get too often. And that is that, wrestlers put their body on the line for fans who are sometimes ungrateful and who don't care about the wrestler's health or well-being and instead only care about the spots or what have you that they do. I think that was a weird, not weird again. I think there was some truth to that. And I do think that there's not only a contingent of wrestling fans who do take part in that weird gladiator type vibe that MJF talked about, but also I do think that there is a sentiment from wrestlers as well. It's like, why should I put my body on the line like that? But regardless, that has nothing to do with the injury. What we do know right now, I will say, is that the injury doesn't seem to be too serious, as MJF alluded to in his conference. It's like it happens. He's not expected to miss time that we know of right now. But even if he was, you would think that it really wouldn't matter because, honestly, when's the next time MJF's going to wrestle? The last time he defended his title before last night was at AEW Revolution. Last time he defended the title before that was at Winter is Coming back in December. So he only really defends it at these big shows. I think the next one they have coming up is either Fyter Fest or Fight for the Fallen. I could see him defending at one of those two, and that's not going to be until much later in the summer. You might not even see him defend his belt until July. Or if it is more serious than it is first indicated to be, it's very possible that you don't see him wrestle or defend his belt until All In or All Out. And I say that knowing people are going to be really pissed about that and be like, he's not a fighting champion. The thing is, you are right. And the other thing is, that is the character of MJF. He is a coward. He is someone who is going to leverage every bit of power and influence he has in order to make sure he maximizes his outcomes and doesn't have to do a lot of work to do it. That is it. And that is why he gets so much heat. And it's all part of the plan. And it's one of those things where, you really might not appreciate it. You might not enjoy it. Hell, it might piss you off to not see the AEW World Championship defended on a more regular and consistent basis. But it is all in service of the story that they are telling with this bidding war of 2024. So even if MJF isn't 100%, it's not the end of the world because he's not like a CM Punk. He's not like a John Moxley. He's not like a Hangman Adam Page. He doesn't need to be the babyface that defends his belt every other week on Dynamite, which, don't get me wrong, I love that. I love the fact that we had a lot of great fighting champions in AEW for a while. At the same time, when you got a heel like MJF, it would behoove you not to expose him and or not expose him as in he's a bad wrestler, but not to not to make every single thing he does, every single title defense he has, like every other week, be like, oh, he won because of shenanigans or he won because of this or that. Like, spread it out. Have him go. He's also a guy who doesn't really need to do anything. He can just come out, cut a promo, and that's it. People got their money's worth. So we'll see what happens. I think he is fine. He did not seem that worried about it during the press conference. All the indication we're getting from a few of the reports that we do have is that he is not expected to miss time, so that's a good thing. I want to hear from you, though. What do you guys think? What did you guys think about Double or Nothing last night in general? Please go check out my review stream from last night as well, where I reviewed all the matches. I am still in Vegas as of this recording. And yeah, it was a great show. So let me know what you guys thought about it, though. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And until next time, keep it real.